Hey everybody, Steve here, and welcome to our next edition of Summertime Stuff with Steve. And I just heard a funny joke. Two giant wind turbines are talking, they're standing in the field, and one says, "What kind of music do you like?" And the other says, "Well, I'm a huge metal fan." Anywho, we are running out of summer. So we've got to get our business done here and give you our next installment. We've talked about story, how your journey matters. You're the heroic character in your story. And strengths. God has given you strengths to help you overcome and fulfill your mission. And today's topic is strategy, or as I like to call it, strategery. Strategy. Strategy gets both very big pictured and very practical. Okay? Strategy will zoom out. Let's say you're trying to arrive at your destination. You're on foot, back in the day when people traveled on foot, and you might come to a high spot, a hill, where you can get the big picture and see where you've been and where you're trying to, get to. So there's a big picture strategic thinking part of strategy. And then it gets very, very practical as we ask, okay, how do we get from here to there? From where we are to where we want to be? This is really important for life. Next week, Bonnie and I and the fam are going up to the mountains for a little vacation. I don't think we've really taken any real vacation this summer, and it's still summer, so we're going to get this in here. We've been looking forward to it, and we're going to do, among other things, we're going to play games, we're going to hang out by the pool and different things, but we're also going to go off-roading because we always get in my Jeep and go Jeeping. And super fun, but it's not without its perils. You're out in the wilderness, you're out in the forest, you're above tree lines sometimes, and there aren't a lot of gas stations, so you don't want to run out of gas. And you don't want to break down. I've gotten flat tires up there, and there's no one to call. You can't call AAA to come up to 12,000 feet and change your tire for you. So you face the prospect of spending the night on the side of the mountain, not having really planned for it, because you don't have sleeping bags and provisions and even water to get you through all this. So you don't want to get stuck, and you can get stuck because the roads can get muddy, and you can get stuck in the mud. No bueno. You don't want to do that. And you don't want to do that in life either. Either as a leader of an organization, of a department, of a business, nor in your own personal life. And I want to tie those two together because here we care about your professional impact for sure, but also your personal world. Both of those things matter. At the end of the day, we all have to go home. And what do we go home to? We need to go home to as much love and peace and serenity as we possibly can. I mean, that's the hope, is that our family, our friendships, where we live is good for us and good for our soul. God knows that the work we do is often very, very draining and demanding, and sometimes people are very difficult. And so you don't want to go home to more chaos, but sometimes we do. So strategy takes an assessment of where we are in our journey, and how we want to celebrate how far we've come, but also look at where we're trying to go and ask ourselves, what's the strategy? What's the plan? How are we going to do this? What would work best for us? And we'll use our strengths to help us get there. So for strategizing and to get unstuck when we get stuck and get traction and momentum, we might do things like vision casting, asking ourselves, what are our desires outcomes? If God gave us a miracle, what would we be asking for? What's the hope? Okay? In terms of impact, in terms of personal health and happiness and stuff, what habits might we need to develop so that we can become the kind of person who can overcome and reach their destination? We talk about habit formation quite a bit, goal setting, and encouragement and accountability, community, getting input, whether it's from teachers or trainers or coaches, online courses, any kind of courses. Sometimes we need help with the inner life, and we might need a therapist, counselor, or spiritual director, pastor, somebody Okay, so I want to encourage you as you think about this whole thing of strategery, getting to from where you are to where you want to be. Who will you reach out to? Who can encourage you and support you? And of course, it can be reciprocal. You should and can give back. Maybe you're going to pay them. That's how you're going to give back. If you have a professional in your life. But whatever the case, I hope that you can take some time yet while the summer's still here and zoom out. Get the big picture and ask yourself, what's my plan for moving forward, for getting unstuck and arriving at my hoped for destination? God bless you. I'm cheering for you, and we'll see you at our next video.